Everyone has a secret, but not every secret was meant to stay buried. Welcome to the confession chamber. Some secrets don't feel like memories. They feel like stains. No matter how many years pass, they stay inside you. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Africa. And there is something I have never said out loud in a full sentence. Because every time I try, I feel ashamed, confused, angry, and broken all at once. When people hear this, they will judge me immediately. Some will hate me. Some will laugh. Some will say I'm evil. Some will say I'm lying. But the truth is more complicated than one sentence and uglier than people imagine. I did something with my mother that should never have happened. For a period of time. And even now, I don't know whether to call myself a victim, a sinner, or both. My childhood was not normal. From the outside, we looked like a family. But inside the house, there were no boundaries, no emotional safety, no healthy love. My father was mostly absent. When he was around, there was tension. When he was gone, there was silence. And my mother made me emotionally responsible for her long before I understood what that meant. She would cry to me, tell me adult problems, tell me she was lonely, tell me I was the only one who understood her, tell me I was the only man who truly cared. At first, those words made me feel important, needed, chosen. But now I understand something painful. Children should be protected, not recruited. As I got older, the relationship became stranger, too close, too dependent, too personal. She leaned on me for everything. If I spoke to girls my age, she became jealous. If I stayed out too long, she became cold. If I tried to create distance, she cried and said I was abandoning her. I didn't understand it then. I thought it was love. I thought being needed meant being valued. I thought loyalty meant sacrificing myself. By the time I was an adult, my mind was already damaged. My sense of what was normal was broken. The lines were blurred for years before anything physical ever happened. That is something many people don't understand. Wrong things often begin emotionally, long before they become visible. The night everything changed, I was 21. I had been drinking. She had been crying again, talking about how alone she was, how everyone leaves her, how I was the only one who stayed. There was touching that should never have happened, comfort that crossed a line. And once a line is crossed in confusion, shame enters quickly. The next morning, I felt sick. I couldn't look at myself properly. I wanted to believe it was a one-time mistake, that it was the alcohol, that it was stress, that it wasn't real. But it happened again and again. Not constantly, not like some secret romance. Nothing beautiful about it. Nothing loving. Nothing healthy. It was twisted, silent, and full of emotional pressure. Every time I tried to step away, she made me feel guilty. Every time I showed discomfort, she acted hurt. Every time I wanted freedom, she reminded me how much she needed me. So I stayed trapped, partly through fear, partly through confusion, partly because abuse can make you participate in your own destruction. That is one of the hardest truths I have learned. People ask why victims don't just leave. Sometimes because they don't know they are victims yet. Sometimes because the cage was built slowly. Sometimes because guilt is stronger than chains. For a while, I lived two lives. Outside the house, I was normal. I laughed with friends. I made plans. I looked like any young man. Inside, I was drowning. I hated being home. But I also felt responsible for her. I hated myself. But I also felt loyal to her. I wanted to run. But I also felt trapped. That contradiction nearly destroyed my mind. I became anxious. I couldn't sleep. I started isolating myself. Relationships with women failed because intimacy felt contaminated. Trust felt confusing. Love felt dangerous. Even kindness made me suspicious. Eventually, I moved out. Not dramatically, just slowly. I found work, created excuses, stayed away longer, answered fewer calls. She accused me of changing. She said I was ungrateful. She said after everything she did for me, I abandoned her. Those words hurt me for a long time. Now they make me angry. Because mothers are supposed to protect their sons, not use them. Distance helped me see clearly. For the first time, I understood that what happened was abuse. Even if I was legally an adult, even if I participated, even if I froze,